So how do you deal with leeches? People who are constantly just taking, and they don't really return any value. Well, one, if there's no way to cut them out and they're going to be a consistent part of your life, realize that the things they absorb from you will actually slow them down. Let's say they want to absorb my knowledge when it comes to e-commerce. Well, unless they have the fundamentals, whatever they absorb, they're just going to be more confused because they're not really giving value, and I'm just answering what they ask. They're missing out the fundamentals that they can only gain from a reciprocal relationship. Like, I'm not going to I'll share whatever they want to know, but for those who are actually giving me value, they're going to get like the fundamentals. They're going to get a much better explanation on why I do what I do. Now, let's say I introduce them to one of my friends, then they become closer than my friends. Well, the leech may now be more occupied, less focused on work and business. So let's say I introduce my friend to another friend, and now they become really tight and they hang out more than me. Well, now that leech is now occupied with that friend and has less time to work, less time to focus on his business, and he would sort of fall behind. Plus, a leech will only latch onto another leech usually like attract like. So the person that they become closer with probably isn't, because my mentors, the people who actually bring me value, the leech isn't going to latch on, it's not going to work. There's not going to be a connection. Whether the leech just doesn't feel compatible to the person that is a value-based person, or the value-based person can totally see that this person is a leech and they don't hang out. So usually the leech would only latch onto a like-minded person. You know, they're unable to attract high-value people. And if you let them do so, they're just solidifying and fortifying their leeching skills, and they become more of a leech, and they detract even more value-based people. So don't be scared. Don't try to fix a leech. Don't try to let them know what they're doing is wrong. Realize that them doing what they're doing, yes, they're taking information from you, but net overall, if you look at the macro, they're losing out by being who they are. And by you just giving them free information, they're building this self-fulfilling wrong idea that what they're doing is correct and works. And it also becomes a great example on what to avoid yourself. And it also gives you great tells to avoid in others. Because from these leeches, I can now tell if a person's a leech from how secretive they are, on how they ask questions, on how they don't answer questions. You can instantly tell, I can instantly tell if someone is a leech based on the similarities and pattern recognition I've learned. So that's a positive of a leech and how you should handle them.